What?
Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
Probably stressed some people out with our intro. The world's scariest environmentalist and growling little teenager represents all of our sins and what we've done to our children.
Wow.
But folks, we're here to give you the good news. But I've got to say first, the global ALGO update is happening right now.
Yes, it is.
This is Frank from PulseWave Trading, and I'm here with the man who broke the news before it happened.
Sure enough.
Just like with his bull panel, broke the news on November 8th before Bitcoin went into a bearer market.
Bearer-ish.
Bearer-ish. Yeah, it's coming back a little. But remember that pre-Thanksgiving prediction that you guys had? You all said the same thing. Well, this one was even bigger because just the other day you predicted, well, not predicted, you saw an algo shift taking place in the PulseWave algos. You got on live and you told all the PulseWavers to get ready. And boy, things just blew up right after that. And the thing that was different about this is that it was a global algo shift. So we're here to update you on that. Before we do, folks, we're doing something special today. This is members only, but we don't mind doing members only stuff because we've got our PulseWave Paradise membership, which is phenomenal for only $11. You get 2 reports. And right now it's 3 reports because it includes the Bitcoin USD report this week because we've got a wonderful thing going on. So for $11, any of our members can get in. We're doing a special live training today on how to use the PulseWave price triggers. Dex has done an incredible amount of updates to the triggers and how they work. So this is a community meeting, and I'm going to tell you guys, this is for those of you who are members, which many of the people who listen live every day are. I'll make this slicker in the future, but just because you're so gracious, everybody go to your dashboard. Make sure you're logged in. If you're not logged into the dashboard, you actually won't even see this stuff. You'll just see, it'll say dashboard and log in. So once you log in, top middle of the page, it's really not that hard to find. You click on video blog. Then, because I'm lazy and didn't repost the link, you just scroll down a little bit and click on member exclusive. And then there's a link there. You click that and you'll go into this Google Meet thing. Okay. Which works pretty well.
Did you just say meat thing? Like Beyond Meat?
No, probably made by the same people actually, but this is Google Meet, MEET, and we're going to be doing that there. So this is for members only. You got to be a member, but we're going to be talking about how to use the price triggers. And Dex and I have committed to, this has always been our mission, but we're just doubling down that our goal is that our members learn how to use these pulse waves and become profitable. And so we're going to be doing more and more educational events to make sure that you guys get up and running with the PulseWave price triggers. And our PulseWaver Paradise membership is a great way to benefit from that. You have a couple reports that you can use and practice on, as well as getting access to special content every week. So folks, we're doing that today at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. It will be recorded. And those of you who are members, it will be right here. I'll repost it right on our blog. It won't be hard to find at all. I'll even post it right in the same post. So you can come back to the same place and get the recording later. So that's what we're doing momentarily, really 10 minutes from now. So if you're not a member, now's the time to sign up and get ready. If you're watching this later, you'll be able to benefit from watching the recording just an hour or two after. So Dex, how you doing, man?
Doing great, man. You know, this is what we live for. I love it. I love the markets.
It's exciting stuff, man. So we've been in these markets. We're looking at Bitcoin, and it's looking interesting, actually. We've got it. This is the weekly chart. That's why it looks so interesting. Here's the daily chart. Here's what's going on with the daily. What's your thoughts on this, Dex? It's a little bit green today, but not much. Had a pretty bad candle yesterday after the global algo shift. Where do you think the global algo shift is going to take Bitcoin in the next few weeks, if you don't mind?
The possibility of dropping back down to the 30,000s, between 30, 33,000.
I thought we agreed you wouldn't say negative things about Bitcoin anymore.
I know, man. I know, right? Nah, but hey, we're truth tellers, so we got to tell the truth. And right now we have a short-term top in place in the Bitcoin. We basically got a 50% retracement from the lows. So that looks like that's going to be it for now. We do have a paradox coming up where there's going to be a crossroads. And if the market can stay above the Kumo cloud when it gets to that point, then we could have a technical bounce, but it'll just be a sideways type of moving market. So I think the danger is there on the daily chart for this market to drop precipitously from where it is right now. And you do have that massive bearish pointer, that green bar to your left with that long wick. That is a massive bearish pointer. And I do have to warn people that I think price is going to be attracted to that price level. Now, as you know, with bullish and bearish pointers and gaps, the market always reconciles those two things at some point. Sometimes the market does it sooner, sometimes it does it later, but it will do it. All right. There's never been a situation that I've ever seen where a bearish pointer, a bullish pointer, or a gap in a market was never back and filled. It always fills. Just that we don't know the time frame of it. But based on the major global ALGO shift readings, based on that report I gave the other day, it looks like the markets are ready to do that right now, sooner rather than later. So it looks like we could be heading back down to the low 30,000 handle in Bitcoin. I know people don't want to hear that. I know that's a big owie moment, but look at it as growing pains. You can't have a bull market unless you have a bear market.
Mm-hmm. Can't have a global algo shift without a couple of weird days.
Yeah, man. And I did warn that this was a season of unrelenting carnage where they're bringing down all the asset classes together. That's why bond futures are down a full point right now. And so are the stock indexes, which is supposed to never be able to happen. That's never supposed to happen based on market theory. You know, when there's a flight to safety, you know, people, you know, they want to go into cash, they put money into bonds. When risk is on and people want to buy equities, then you'll see the bond price go down. But right now you're seeing bonds and stock indexes and Bitcoin all falling simultaneously. And again, that's not supposed to happen, but it is happening.
Wow.
That's what an algo shift looks like. That's what a global algo shift looks like.
You know what we called that in the 90s?
What's that?
Insane in the membrane.
Yeah, the 90s were very insane for a lot of reasons. Even that market back then was, you know, something that we had never seen before, not on that scope and that scale.
Right.
And even now, you know, the rise since the financial crisis is also a phenomenon that we have not seen ever. We've never seen a situation like this because we never had a situation like that. So prepare yourself for things that you never thought you'd see. Just like in 2020, we never thought I would see a commodity go negative 100. But we did. Yeah. And that's not supposed to be able to happen anyway. But it did happen. And we can't pretend it didn't happen. Right. I mean, think about it. Look at all of the carnage and the wildness that we've seen. You know, just in the past decade alone. I won't stretch it to 2 decades. We'll just say 1 decade. We'll stay, you know, in the 2010s to where we are now. Okay. What have we seen just in that time period alone? We saw the markets fall apart, and I don't want to say becoming decoupled from reality, but that's what happened. We had a divergence in reality where the markets were moving in one direction and reality was moving in the opposite direction. And what did we see? We had a flash crash on May the 10th of 2010. Sorry, May the 6th of 2010. And not only did we have that flash crash, but remember, we also had another situation. We had gold and silver hit all-time highs in 2011. Then they came and said, oh, well, the Paul Volcker rule exists for a reason. And then they prevented American citizens from trading spot metals. And they did it intraday without a warning. And a lot of us got really hurt that day because we had, positions on in the spot metals, and they just came in right in the middle of the trading day and busted all of our trades. Just snatched us out of the market. They didn't care if we were upside down in the trade or not. They didn't give us no grace, no nothing.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. So we saw something wrong. Something was wrong, not just with the markets per se, but with our government and its regulation of markets, because at that same time, we saw something that never happened before, and that was a black eye with the commodity futures markets, because one of the bragging rights was the commodity futures markets are the safest markets in the world. No one has ever been owed money and not received their money in the commodity futures space. That was its biggest bragging rights. Even the equity market couldn't brag like that because that wasn't true, right? But then we had the whole MF Global John Corazon scandal, where they took $1 billion of people's segregated account money and gambled with it and lost it. And of course, he did not go to jail. He did not go to court. He didn't have to do nothing. All he had to do was say, I knew nothing about that.
Yeah.
All right. And then now check this out. Now, that was the first
governor of New Jersey at the time, right?
Right. And that wasn't the only blow, but see these major blows coming up. We had the flash crash 2010. We had the Volcker rule imposed in the middle of the trading session in 2011. All right. Then what did we have? Okay.
Unreal.
Then we had another tragic situation unfold. We had a global algo shift that hit in 2011. Then in 2013, we had the mother of all global algo shifts, and that's the bull market that you see starting to unravel today. So it ran from 2013 to the present. All right, almost a decade's running of bull market, but there was something wrong. It wasn't the same as the 90s. It's different. Now, this rally, you could make an argument, was more powerful than the one of the 90s, but that would be unfair to reality. The truth of the matter was, in 2013, the government did something else it never did before. It started printing money like crazy, nonstop.
They love that. That's their favorite
thing. They've been doing it every year, every month since 2008. They've not stopped printing money.
They don't stop.
Now, what you see in these markets, it's all inflated. It's all inflation. It's money printing. It's not real global economic growth by any stretch of the imagination. Now, they like to play Jedi mind tricks with you and say, well, it's the best, strongest economy we've ever had. Look at
like gaslighting.
Wages are up. The average wage, the new minimum wage is $15 an hour. But
that won't mean much for long.
Well, for the uninitiated, you would think, oh, wow, I'm making more money. But it's a trick. It's a Jedi mind trick. They're actually paying you less.
Absolutely.
Now, you'd be like, what are you talking about? I was making $8 an hour and it jumped to 15. How am I making less money? I'm making more money. No, you idiot. You don't get it. If the minimum wage is $15, that means you're looking at anywhere from 120 to 180% hyperinflation and degradation of the US dollar as a currency. So your dollar is actually buying you less. So it looks like you got a pay increase, but in all actuality, it's only a fraction of what the inflated prices represent.
Nobody has said it better, but unfortunately, we're out of time. So sorry, Dex. I know you probably got another bullet in the chamber, but we got to go, folks. So listen, PulseWavers and new people who are watching this later and saying, oh, I missed it. Sign up, become a member, PulseWaver Paradise. I mean, that's like Patreon support level money.
Pretty much.
So, don't even hesitate, folks. If you appreciate what Dex has been putting down all these years, there you go. PulseWave Paradise. And then you just want to click on our new video blog. I know this is awkward, but here we go. You click on the new video blog, scroll down a little, and I'm about to click this and be in there, and I will let you in. So those of you who are sitting there and it's saying you're waiting to join, I'm about to be there, and me and Dex will let you in. So give us like 2-3 minutes, and we'll get going. All right, thanks, folks. We're over and out.
Peace.